Hey VV Nation, welcome to the channel and welcome to the 6 p.m. video. My name is Glenn, Senior Stock Market Strategist for VectorVest. Glad to be here, glad to have you here. The big news today is that Intel and Amazon struck a big deal in regards to chips. Now, is this a huge deal? Is it something worth getting into? Or do you just look at the news and make a better decision? Well, I'm going to analyze the stock, but then I'm also going to put you on board with some other plays that you may want to consider as well. All right, let's go start off with the story. Intel gains today after landing an Amazon deal preparing factory split. Now, Intel has been in the doldrums for quite some time. They've been around longer than all of these other chip makers, but they're so far behind the curve that you sit back and have to say to yourself, what the flying flip is going on? So, Intel shares surged for the second straight day after troubled, and that's this keyword, troubled chip maker made a raft of announcements spurring optimism that a turnaround plan is starting to bear fruit. In the most notable move, the company struck a multi-billion-dollar deal with Amazon Web Service, AWS, cloud unit to co-invest in a custom AI semiconductor. So is this big enough news to get them from where they are to where they want to be? Intel may also receive as much as $3 billion in U.S. government funding to make chips for the military. Another big piece right there. And it's turning its ailing manufacturing business or foundry into a wholly owned subsidiary. Now, Intel shares jumped as much as 8% to $22.58 on Tuesday, following the 6.48% gain the day before. 2 days of momentum. They had been down more than 60% through the end of last week. All right. So this was all kicked off in 2021, but here's some other news. With sales shrinking and losses piling up, the company announced plans last month to slash 15,000 workers, find $10 billion in cost savings, and suspend Intel's dividend. Oof, there's a lot going on with Intel. So maybe this news could have been the spark to push them from where they were, possibly to where they want to go. But here's some other stuff. Is this a game changer or more like a sinking chip? Intel's partnership with AWS for its advanced 18A node sparks excitement, but the company's financials remain a concern with $25 billion in net debt. Very interesting in that the news is coming out now, and a lot of people like to buy the news, sell the rumors. Are you ready to buy the news? And I'm going to add more to this in a second. Third thing, Intel, and this was just a couple of days ago, Intel, or actually today, Intel lost the PlayStation 6 chip bid to AMD. So even though they're in the doldrums, they look like poopy, and they're trying to get out some news to make them look less poopier, the poopy is still there. All right, now I'm going to get into the software, and I want to show you a couple of things. From the software perspective, we're going to look at the news on Intel, but how about some of the other big chip makers? AMD, SMCI, NVIDIA. I took this back to the beginning of the year. Let's go see how they've all performed. Let's quick test them all. Every other company besides Intel is up. AMD up over 10%. SMCI up over 56%. Of course, NVIDIA, the hottest stock on the planet, up 143%. So the news on Intel may look good on paper, but does it pan out as a good investment? I'm going to bring these all the way up to current, and let's take a look at their graphs. Now notice that SMCI nicely up, but sell recommendation right now. Intel, sell recommendation. AMD and NVIDIA, hold recommendations. How about the three that I have outside of Intel have double-digit earnings growth? Not Intel. All right, looking at the CIs, comfort index, the stocks that go up more than they go down. The three that I have outside of Intel are all above one. not Intel. None of these stocks are in an uptrend right now, but we all know that the chip stocks have gotten beaten up. What's the fastest moving one right now? NVIDIA, followed by AMD, followed by SMCI. Let's go see what stocks have good upside potential. 3 out of the 4, not including Intel, have upside potential or growth with a value above 1, not Intel. Now, interesting, Intel is undervalued, whereas I look at with SMCI, undervalued. It's gotten beaten up a lot, right? Looking at AMD, that's overvalued, and let's go look at NVIDIA, undervalued. 2 out of the 4 are undervalued. That's SMCI and NVIDIA. If I had to make a choice between buying the news or buying a better quality stock, let's graph these all real quick. Let's go put them on our main graph, VectorVest layout. Put this on a 1-year graph layout. All right, NVIDIA, big pullback. Looks like it's running now. How about this? I've got higher lows on NVIDIA. I'm currently trading NVDL. I took a hit, but I sold half of my position off, and I'm coming back. But I do like a little wedge or consolidation pattern forming right here. Looking at AMD, also took a hit. Nice. And how about this? Higher lows. Higher lows moving back up. RT is below 1. Let's go look at SMCI. I would love to own this stock. I would love to love this stock. It's just been a tough stock, a tough play. But still, over the last year, still better than Intel. I don't know if I would take on SMCI right now. And the last one, Intel, that's the worst looking stock. You know, no matter what, you don't trade your heart, you trade the chart. Intel, nice bump up today based on the news. But you know something, it's still got a lot of work to do. See this last gap right here? It still needs to get above that level of 232. It's close, but not there yet. And look at the big wick today, little sell off. I don't think Intel is a game changer in the news. Let's go back again to SMCI, bouncing off support. Not ready for that one yet either. Looking at AMD, I do like the higher lows. I like the higher lows. It shows me that it's in the right is going in the right direction, and the same thing with NVIDIA as well. We do know that the chip stocks got beaten up. Even with the news, I probably would stay away from Intel. Just looking at the analysis in and of itself, NVIDIA undervalued, in the right direction. AMD overvalued, but still RT below 1, double-digit earnings growth. I like the stocks going into the future, especially knowing that there's a possible rate cut happening. These stocks that have RVs above 1 are going to have definite upside potential. But with all of that being said, I don't think that the news is enough for the Intel-Amazon deal to be a game changer. Folks, this video is over. And until the next time, see ya.